I don't know how good of an idea this was for Rex Heuermann's wife, because they're not divorced yet. I guess estranged wife would be the correct term. Asa Ellerup making a visit to Rex in jail. Kind of surprising. The alleged Gilgo Beach serial killer received that visit from Asa Ellerup at the Suffolk County Jail in Riverhead on Wednesday. The visit confirmed by Ellerup's divorce attorney, Bob Macedonio, I think. Macedonio marks the first time that she has visited Heuermann since filing for divorce just 6 days after his arrest on first and second degree murder charges in connections with the killings of 3 women. I can confirm that Asa did visit with Rex yesterday, stated Macedonio in response to inquiries. However, he did not provide any further comments regarding the visit. On the other hand, jail spokesperson Victoria Di Stefano neither denied nor confirmed Ellerup's visit, but did mention, as per policy, we do not release the names of visitors, but I can confirm that Rex Heuermann received a visit yesterday. Heuermann's defense attorney, Michael J. Brown, has not responded to messages seeking comment on this unexpected visit. Brown had previously mentioned that Ellerup had been in telephonic communication with Heuermann while he's been incarcerated. The 60-year-old Manhattan architect, of course, has been held without bail since his arrest in connection with the killings of Megan Waterman, Melissa Barthelemy, and Amber Lynn Costello, all 3 women's remains discovered near Gilgo Beach more than a decade ago. Heuermann has pled not guilty to these charges. Prosecutors have further implicated Heuermann as the prime suspect in the slaying of Maureen Brainerd Barnes, whose remains were discovered alongside those of the other 3 victims. All 4 women, who were sex workers, were among the first of 10 sets of remains found along Ocean Parkway, believed to be the work of 1 or more serial killers. Despite the ongoing legal battles and the gravity of the charges, Heuermann is not contesting the divorce proceedings initiated by Ellerup, which are still pending. The unexpected visit raises questions about the relationship between Heuermann and Ellerup, who chose to file for divorce shortly after her husband's arrest. Legal experts speculate on the nature of their conversation during the visit and how it might impact the pending murder trial. Details of the meeting, they were confidential. That's another layer, though, of intrigue to this whole thing. It could be very simple. It could just be working out a couple things with the divorce. I don't know. I don't know why that also couldn't all be just handled through an attorney. And I also question why she wasn't granted like an emergency divorce, because those sort of things are applicable to a situation like this, I would think. I mean, if there's ever a reason for one, I would think this would certainly qualify. Your husband's accused of being the Long Island serial killer. Might be one where they'd go, we're going to stamp this for you right now, ma'am.
I would think you would move right to the front of the court pileup that, occurs in every county. I think you would move right to the front of the pile. Like, guess what? Yeah, we'll take care of this for you. You don't have to wait 9 months for this.
I don't know. There's so many weird things with this case in terms of all of it. I mean, and I do wonder about her knowledge and involvement. Not necessarily, and I'm not saying with the murders, I'm saying more so her knowledge of what he was involved in terms of the sex parties and all of that, because John Ray, the attorney for some of the victims, has had a press conference a couple weeks ago, flat out accusing her of being present at some of them several years ago. And basically stating, she had knowledge that he was at least into this, contrary to her saying, this completely, came out of nowhere. It was out of the dark. I was totally surprised. I don't know. I don't know how surprised she really was. I really don't.
But, could be a case of they've been married a while. They're completely separate in their activities. He does his sick, demented thing. She wants no part of it. If he's over there with sex workers, then she doesn't have to do anything with him. She can just live her life. It's just easier.
It could be as simple as that, where it's just kind of this arrangement that they have and they're good with it. And it doesn't necessarily mean she knew about the murders and such, but I find it very hard to believe that she had no knowledge whatsoever of the activities, the sexual activities that he was involved in.
And it's not that I'm trying to make any excuses in any way for her or for him in any way, but let's just say maybe she had a suspicion that Rex was doing something he shouldn't have been doing, that something's going on. She sees that he's got duct tape or whatever it is. But wouldn't you be afraid? I mean, I would be afraid if I suspected my husband was doing something really horrible and I'm living in the same house with him. I don't know that I'm going to do anything about it. I would like to think that I would, but I also think there would be just this shroud of fear that at least he's leaving me alone.
At some point, though, wouldn't you run? Wouldn't you say, this is...
What if she couldn't?
But she could. She wasn't a prisoner of the home. She traveled quite a bit, according to
that's
all
right.
in accounts of her life. It wasn't... I don't know. There is free will here, and yes, people can certainly be victims of abuse without a doubt, but I don't know.
But also remember the coworker that said that she had gone on a cruise and then a note appeared from Rex Heuermann that he found her?
Yeah.
So, what if he was just this creepy fucking guy that maybe they did have a confrontation in the kitchen over coffee one day that she's like, I'm not coming back. And he says, I'm going to fucking kill you. Mm-hmm. All these bodies on the beach, you'll end up like that. Who knows? I mean, I'm just speculating, but who knows?
It is possible. One of the things that I've been speculating on and I'm really curious about is the police commissioner of Suffolk County suddenly resigning this week, which makes little to no sense. This is a man who's been standing by this investigation. This is the man he was up there the other week when Attorney John Ray was making his claims. It wasn't police or investigative claims. It was his own investigative claims, but he was right there with him. And yesterday I was talking with defense attorney Bob Mata on the show, and there's a very interesting interview that's going to be airing next week about it. And he had a friend who had the police commissioner on his show like last week before he resigned, and on the show he was saying, how everything's moving forward. There was no inkling whatsoever that he was about to step down at all. Just very much, I'm in it. I'm here. He's only been on the job for 2 years, and he's the one who got this going because the former police commissioner, corrupt as hell. We all know what happened over there, but there's been speculation of, was that former police commissioner running in the same circles as Heuermann? And is there some sort of a weird cover-up involved here? What I do wonder about the new police commissioner who left or who has resigned is, and I'm not in any way accusing him of being involved in any of this stuff. What I'm wondering is, did he get too close in the investigation to something far larger than Rex Heuermann and is concerned for his own safety or the safety of his own family if he continues to dig? And maybe he just said, I'm calling it a day because this is a battle I'm not going to win. I mean, justice is one thing, and without a doubt, we all want it, and he certainly seemed to want to get it as well. But when it's something far larger than you that you're seeking justice for that you will not prevail in, maybe sometimes there is those moments to cut and run and go, this is not going to end well for me. So I don't know. That's my own speculation. I found it very bizarre that he suddenly resigned in the middle of all of this.
It does feel weird because you've got this huge case that has gripped the area for over a decade. And now you're in charge of bringing it to a close. Why would you leave? This is like the pinnacle of your career. It does smell of something, doesn't it?
And there's no logical explanation for it. It's just very much... it was a very nice resignation letter. It was kind of your boilerplate. Is I've been honored to work with these people, blah, 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 blah. It's great, and you'll be in good hands and all of that. I don't know. Mm-hmm. There wasn't even like I'm leaving for family or something like that.
Yeah. Or I need to, spend more time at my kids' soccer games or something like that. It was just, I'm out of here.
Yeah. I don't know. I've suspected for a long time there's something much larger going on here than Rex Heuermann, and Rex Heuermann is the tip of the iceberg. The very large, grotesque, Hulk-like tip of the iceberg.
Want to listen ad-free? Want advanced access to all of our interviews before anyone else?
Become a True Crime Today Premium Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts.
You get every episode commercial-free.
So you can binge on true crime
until you can binge no more.
Search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts now, or go to our podcast page and sign up now.
More of the Hidden Killers podcast next.